Hey everyone, GoBotch here, back today with a brand new episode of my recap for Madden 19 Connected Franchise with the Dallas Cowboys. Today we are going to break down and recap the playoffs of Year 2 in our franchise mode with the Cowboys. As we enter into this episode today, we are going to talk about the first round matchup in the divisional round against the Atlanta Falcons and the MVP of the league, Matt Ryan. The Cowboys coming in to this game, the NFC East champs for the second year in a row, back at home now. We are getting ready for a tough outing against a top-tier offense with the MVP of the NFL, Matt Ryan, and the wide receiver of the year, Julio Jones. So this was going to definitely be a tough outing for the Cowboy team. We knew we had to step up defensively big time and be led by the offense with Ezekiel Elliott, Dak Prescott, and company. But the Cowboys, we were ready for the action there. We knew we were coming in today with the winner of either LA or Green Bay in the NFC Championship. So the Cowboys had to come in here, get the job done against the MVP of the league, and get ready for one of those two foes, either the Packers, who you know are going to bring it, or the top team in the NFL, period, and that being the Rams. So first quarter, we're going to pick up 0-0. You got Matt Ryan. He's going to play action and throw a bad pass over here to the middle. Gardner Johnson, typically not a very good coverage guy for me this year, but he gets the pick, brings it down to the red zone. Cowboys now with the ball in the 3, and they're going to be able to easily Zeke Elliott into the end zone. Touchdown Cowboys, gives them the early 7-0 lead in the first quarter in this divisional round game. Now we're going to pick up a few minutes later with the Matt Ryan-led Falcons, and he finds his target, Sanu Sr., in the back of the end zone. Touchdown to tie this game up 7-7. We knew that passing attack would be lethal as we pick up now in the second, right before the half. Third and goal, 13-10. Falcons and Dak Prescott's able to scramble through the middle, nothing open, get into the end zone. Touchdown Cowboys would head in with a 17-13 lead in halftime. So now head first drive in the third quarter. Cowboys once again, Dak Prescott, nobody open, finds a way, scrambles back into the end zone. Touchdown Cowboys, 24-13 now, as we're starting to get a little bit of breathing room here against this Atlanta Falcon defense. As you see him, nothing open, came through, got a good block there. Touchdown as now we head into the third with Matt Ryan. He throws an ill-advised pass. There's Lewis, the cornerback of the year, defensive back of the year, and he gets another pick now with Cowboys at the 35. 24-13 is their lead here in the second half, and a huge pick there from one of the best, most surprising guys on this Dallas defense. Now with the ball, 3rd and 17. Huge play here for the Cowboys. It's 3rd and 17, and he finds down the sideline Hearns with a beautiful grab to give them the ball at the 2. Almost a touchdown on that 29-yard reception on 3rd down and 17, but we wouldn't be able to get any points out of it. Or we would, actually, sorry, we get the field goal out of it. We're blown coverage here. There's Julio Jones doing weird AI crap, but he's able to get a huge play there for the Falcons and sets up a scoring drive possibly here. It's 3rd and 9 now. He rolls out left to the pocket, and he finds his target. Sanu Sr. once again back to the end zone. Touchdown. Now a one-possession game here, heading into the fourth quarter of play with a minute 48 left. So 27-20 lead, and Smith just waltzes into the end zone. I don't know if they let him score on purpose, but he would find that end zone very easily. Matt Ryan now 4th and 3. 34-20 lead, minute 13 left. There was a bad pass there. Sean Lee, the captain of this defense, has played a great year overall, and he's taken this one all the way back, stepping into the end zone. That would be all they wrote for the Falcons. As their season would end, the Cowboys would win this game by a score of 41-20, as they are able to shut down Matt Ryan for the most part. He did have a couple touchdown passes, but he also had 3 or 4 INTs total in this game. And you see there, the Cowboys were outgained by 100 yards, 411 to 310. We held them to -9 yards rushing, 420 through the air, but the Cowboys had a decent balanced attack, no turnovers, which is the key difference here in this ballgame as we win the NFC divisional round to head to the NFC Championship, 41-20 against the MVP of the league, Matt Ryan and the Falcons. There you see the stats here for Matt Ryan, almost 500 yards passing, 2 touchdowns through the air to Sanu Sr., and 4 picks. Dak Prescott, not much going, 8 of 15. We ran the ball a ton, 105 yards, no picks, no touchdowns. Just a really safe game for our passing attack, which I'm actually all okay with. Now you look at the ground game, 33 touches for Zeke, 140 yards, 1 touchdown on the ground, and 10 broken tackles. Dak got it done with a scrambling, 8 carries, 48 yards, 2 touchdowns on the ground, and 1 for Smith as well with his 1 touch for 9 yards. So good rush attack for the Cowboys. Now looking in the air, of course, Sanu Sr. with his 2 touchdowns for Matt Ryan, 8 total touches with 110 yards. Jones there with 183 on his 7. So they passed the ball very efficiently. Again, the Cowboys, we really didn't pass the ball very much in all this game. Played it safe, went on the ground with where we knew we'd be successful. And I was very happy to see that. Gardner Johnson led the Cowboys with 10 tackles on the day. Followed up right behind him with Jalen Smith with his 3 tackles for a loss. But now we're going to go over, look at some of the sack leaders of this game. We had Charlton and Irving, Lawrence, all with over a sack and a half, up to 2. Very, very good there. And then the picks, of course, you have Brown, Gardner Johnson, Lee, and Lewis, all with INTs. And Lee's, of course, sealed the deal there in the 4th quarter with the pick 6, which went 65 yards back to the end zone. So that was it for the divisional round. Now stepping into the NFC Championship against the #1 seed Los Angeles Rams on the road, and a huge test here against one of the best teams out there. They're #1 seed, period, in the NFL, led by Todd Gurley and Goff. Just a very, very dangerous team with the rain coming down. It'd be very interesting to see the way this game was, and I'll tell you right now, it was an ugly one. Not much going on in the way of offense in this game, as you'll be able to see here as we get ready for the highlights here. Again, there's Todd Gurley, the second. He was the #1 running back in the NFC this year. Wouldn't have been that way if we had Zeke healthy all year long. But the winner of this game would go on to face actually the New York Jets, who won the AFC East with an 8-7-1 record and now representing the AFC. So we're going to pick up in the first quarter, first play there, and safety to start things off. I told you it was ugly, and I was not exaggerating in the slightest. So a 2-0 lead there. Now Zeke with the ball towards the end of the first quarter. Jukes out one guy, then breaks almost those tackles there. Gets forced out of bounds. Huge play for Zeke there. May see that play later in our top plays. Now moving forward into the first quarter. End of the quarter coming here. Rolling to the left, trying to find an option. And he's going to scramble, but the ball would poke out, fumble, and Ford would fall on top of it and give the Rams the possession there. Unfortunate error there as the Cowboys can't get much going. Trailing now 5-0 in the second with 3:19 left. There's Goff, and he's getting ripped away on a sack, and the Cowboys fall on top of it with Lawrence. So the Cowboys with the ball now before the end of the half. Trailing 5-0, now driving at the 31 of the Rams. And Dak's going to be able to find his target. Swain there. He bulldozes through one tackle, gets down to the 7-yard line. But we would only be able to trade for 3. So it's an 8-3 game here entering the second half. There's a broken tackle from Dak Prescott, and he's going to be able to scramble and take a slide down to the 7-yard line. Cowboys get a field goal after that effort, and now the ball with 30 seconds left in the third quarter. Dak Prescott, play, action, play. Gets that play off barely, but then it is tipped away. Shazier with the pick, and the ball at the 29 of Dallas. And fortunately for us on this kick, things would not go their way. 4th and 14, we were able to hold the kick going up for the field goal. So the kick would go up here on 4th and 14, and it would hook left for the Cowboys in favor. Still an 8-6 game now in the fourth quarter. 8:36 remaining. The Cowboys now looking to get something going, and they hit their target. Moncrief over the middle here. Gives them a first down in the red zone now with 8 minutes and counting as they wind it down. 2nd and goal now, 6 minutes remaining. Trailing by 2, and they're going to go here looking for the target. Nothing open. Dak, Shaden Wright hits, almost gets sacked there, but he waltzes into the end zone on his second scrambling touchdown here today. And that was just our first scrambling touchdown, excuse me. Gives the Cowboys now a 13-8 lead. Now the ball on their own 12. Goff in trouble. He keeps scrambling back, and he gets hit as a safety. They trade safeties now in this game, and this one from Lawrence, maybe the biggest play of the game, gives the Cowboys a 15-8 lead. 20 seconds remaining, 4th and 9 for Goff and the Rams, and it's deflected away from Sean Lee. Played a great playoff so far this year, and that would be it for the Rams as they fall to the Cowboys 15-8, and the Cowboys will move on to face the AFC representative, the New York Jets, in the Super Bowl 54 at Miami, as the Rams, the #1 seed, are upset at home in the rain. And here you see the numbers. Very ugly overall. 271 yards for the offense for the Cowboys, 223 through the air, 223 through the ground, 48 on the air. 4 turnovers for the Cowboys. Able to get over those turnovers, though, and find a way to win this game here as they trailed early and often. Were able to battle back there with some key play from Dak Prescott and some key plays also on the ground from Ezekiel Elliott. There you see the passing numbers for Goff. 246, no touchdowns, no picks. Dak, 66 yards through the air, 6 of 12 passing, and 2 picks, no touchdowns throwing. But we're going to go ahead and look over at the rushing stats, and that's where the key differences were for this game overall, because Dak was not getting it done through the air. in the slightest, to be honest with you all. So tabbing over now, looking here at the rushing, we really just saw a really key difference here with Zeke. 29 carries, 169 yards, no touchdowns, unfortunately, but Dak Prescott, again, got it done here. 9 carries, 44 yards. He did fumble once, but he also got that key touchdown late in the game that gave the Cowboys the lead. And then you see here for the passing numbers, Todd Gurley got it done, not in the ground, but in the air. He had 9 catches, 73 yards. Cowboys, again, we really didn't have much going in the way of passing in this game, so not much in the stat sheet there for us at all, as everybody's really just have 1 or 2 total for the Cowboys in that area. So now going on to defense, Smith led the way for the Cowboys, 9 tackles, 1 tackle for a loss, no sacks in this game. As we look now at sack leaders, he had Sue, Lawrence, Irving, Donald, Collins, Charlton, Smith, those guys all getting involved there. And then the Cowboys, of course, the 1 pick in the game came from Ryan Shazier, who got that early in the game. So now moving forward to the big show, y'all, we finally got there. The New York Jets, the Dallas Cowboys, Super Bowl 54 from Miami at Hard Rock Stadium, the new Miami Dolphin Stadium. There you see it in the daytime, starting early. This is what, I mean, if you had to pick a team for us to be able to play in the Super Bowl, it had to be the 8-7-1 Jets. I mean, we have heavy favorites coming into the Super Bowl. We were 12-point overall favorites. Overall, we were 88 overall, I believe, as a team. They're 76 overall as a team. So I knew, and I was confident coming into this game, especially if we could dominate the ground game. And that was the key focus here. Dominate the ground game, open up the passing lanes for Dak Prescott, and then continue to play key defense. Overall, if you look at this postseason, yes, there's been some points scored. Yes, they've had yards, but we've been able to, overall, keep teams out of the end zone. And that's the key difference there. Keep teams out of the end zone. Maybe they get some field goals in there. Maybe they have a lot of yards. They're able to turn teams over, keep them out of the end zone. The Cowboys have been able to do that late in the season and into this postseason against 2 prolific offenses now coming in to a hot team in the Jets, who are representing the AFC with an 8-7-1 record. There's Donald leading the Jets out for their first offensive possession as the Dallas defense looks to stifle them and stop them in every way we possibly can here in Super Bowl 54 from Miami. So moving into the first quarter, Cowboys driving here. There's Tavon Austin getting a touch, and he gets belted as he fumbles the ball. The Cowboys in their huge drive early, stifled there by that fumble. So now here is Kaiser in the backfield. He's throwing a ball way deep, and that was picked off by Woods easily as Donald was out for that play. Kaiser throws that pick. Woods takes it all the way back. He's breaking tackles. We may see that play later in the top plays. Back to the 20 for the Cowboys now with the ball, 1st and 10. Very next play, and there is Trusty Swaim for a touchdown to give the Cowboys a 7-0 lead here in the Super Bowl against this Jets. So the ensuing kickoff, I was chatting it up if you were watching. I was very confident, saw we dominate this team, but the Jets had something to say as here comes Neal on the return. He's able to boot that one back out, finds a seam, and he would be going across to the 30, to the 20, to the 10, and into the end zone. Touchdown Jets makes this game a 7-7 game with a 97-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. And then the Cowboys with 3:38 remaining. Tavon Austin will get a great touch here. He hits the seam on the stretch, and he's able to break a tackle and almost found his way into the end zone. Very great play there from Tavon. We'll maybe see that one as well pop up in the top play. So very next play, there's unfortunately the error from Dak Prescott as he throws an ill-advised out route pass, and they jumped it. There's Adams for the pick. Gave them the ball, but fortunately nothing happened out as a result of that. And then a big pass here to Moncrief, able to catch that ball, get into the opposing team's red zone to the 3-yard line. Great reception, great pass there from Dak as well. And now it's set up this 1st and goal from the 3. We audible to the left here, and Elliott will walk into the end zone. Touchdown Cowboys, gives them a 14-7 lead. And actually we missed the PAT, so it'd be a 13-7 lead, I think. I think we missed a PAT in this game. Yeah, we did. So 3rd and 25 now, Cowboys ball at their own 31 in the second quarter. Rolling left to the pocket, boots out, and then Dak's going to take off here, try to get some yards scrambling. He's belted there, thankfully hanging to the ball, and that brings up a 4th down and 5, and we were feeling it early. We went for it from midfield, and unfortunately it's almost picked off there. That would be a turnover on downs, and to our thankfulness here, this 3rd and 21, there's Sean Lee. We've been talking about him all this recap long, and he's come up huge in the postseason for us with a pick there. Gives the ball to the Cowboys at the 50. And a play later, 2 plays later, you get to see this amazing play from Dak Prescott, finding his target, swing across the middle in the end zone to the left, touchdown Cowboys on the 40-yard or 50-yard, whatever it was, 46-yard touchdown reception, gives the Cowboys a 23-7 lead heading into halftime. So the first play from scrimmage, or second play from scrimmage for the Cowboys into the second half. There is Ezekiel Elliott. He's able to juke through one and break another tackle down into the 25 red zone, over 162 yards rushing to that point, and a 42-yard run there as that would set up later a 1st and goal from the 1. And there is Tavon Austin, gets the key block there, and he's in the end zone. Touchdown Cowboys. So a 30-7 lead. A little bit later now in the third, there's a wide open James. He's in the end zone. Another touchdown for this Cowboy offense. Just clicking on every single play, playing excellent. 37-7 lead. But here is one of the slip-ups we had on defense. They have a beautiful pass there over, and they pick on Gardner Johnson, who has not been great defensively in coverage, and they pick on him there with a beautiful touch pass over for a 47-yard touchdown. Gives the Cowboys now a 37-14 lead. And now we're picking up in the 4th quarter. 3rd and 8 for Donald. He's looking, and he's able to, and he misses this target there. There's a pick from Jones. There would be a defensive or a hold on the Jets. The Cowboys, of course, would decline and have the ball at the 22. So here is the first play after that INT. Ezekiel Elliott. This was the dagger of the game. He jukes out to and flips into the end zone. A beautiful play. We'll see that one pop up as well in the top plays here a bit later, giving the Cowboys now a 44-14 lead in this game, y'all. Again, that was pretty much all they wrote here in the Super Bowl. As you see, Ezekiel Elliott hit that corner, went with the spin move, juked out 2 of them, and flips into the end zone. Oh my goodness, unbelievable. Now 3rd and 12, 44-21 lead for the Cowboys. Here's Tavon Austin getting involved in the offense some more, and he gets the blocks he needs. He's high-stepping it around. He's trying to get the edge here for the end zone. He would unfortunately tackled right at the goal line at the 1, but a beautiful play there nonetheless. And there is Zeke with a 1-yard diving touchdown rush, which would seal the deal for the Cowboys here, as we would go on to be the Super Bowl champs. 51-21, absolutely just a dismantling of this Jets team. As we came out offensively, we came out defensively. The only really bad spot for us all game long was our special teams. But there you see the Cowboys celebrating 2 years here of recording. We finally got it. 2 full seasons recorded. We finally get to the Super Bowl and we win it here against the Jets. So that's the pinnacle of the sport of Madden. And we got it done here with this Dallas team, which has been so good. We've re-signed all the key pieces we've needed. Next year, it's going to be really interesting defensively, as you see some of the highlights there. Tavon Austin on that huge screen pass. Just a great team effort from this Cowboys team. I was so pleased with the way we played overall. I've read y'all's comments. You're like, I wish we could play this way every game with this confidence, with everything. And I do too. There's been games, y'all seen it, where it's been tough to get on the ground and run. It's been tough to find people in the air. It's been tough to stop teams defensively. But in this game, every single thing clicked at the right time in the right game in the Super Bowl, as the Cowboys win by 30, 51-21 against the AFC representative New York Jets. So we'll hold that into this offseason. We'll get ready for a huge offseason, hopefully, in the draft area. We'll see. We're not going to have any money in free agency to do anything with the guys that re-signed. But we'll see what can happen here as we're hoisting the Lombardi Trophy. There's Hearns with the trophy. Now you get to see Smith with it, as the Cowboys get the huge Super Bowl victory here on Super Bowl 54. And there you see Dak and his team holding it. The QB for the Cowboys holding the trophy, with Jason Garrett there finally getting his moment as a coach here. Is the Dallas Cowboys are Super Bowl champions of Super Bowl 54 in year 2. There you see the stats: 608 yards of total offense to 272. -5 yards rushing for the Jets, 320 for the Cowboys, and 288 through the air. Just unbelievable there. 3 turnovers for each team, but the Cowboys are just too much, as we had double digits in each quarter. Just an unbelievable game as we played that there. Very happy to see the way we played, and hopefully we can carry that momentum into this next season. As you see the stats here, Dak Prescott, 305 yards through the air, 3 touchdowns, 2 picks, 14 of 23 passing. Not too bad at all. That's one of the actually better outings we've seen of him, with that QB rating at 108.2. We need him to play that solid all the time if we can, because he was very good in this game. He found his spots and was opened up by the man in the backfield. Ezekiel Elliott. He just played lights out, as you see Dak's numbers there. As we get ready to tab over here to the rushing numbers. 30 carries for Zeke, 244 yards at the ground, 3 touchdowns on the ground. Tavon Austin also was on the ground for a touchdown with his 6 carries and 50 yards. Just a terrific outing for my whole team. I mean, praise them from head to toe, from first player to last player. Just a great team effort. As Moncrief has 84 yards through the air. We had Swain with his 2 touchdowns on 3 catches, almost 3 touchdowns on 3 catches. We were just a yard short on that. James, my tight ends did so well for me with 3 touchdowns for this game. On the Jets, of course, led the way in tackling because they're on defense so dadgum much. But looking at the sack numbers, you had Lee, Smith, Lawrence, Van Der Esch, all in there with sacks. Of course, we turned them over a couple times in this game. As you see the turnover numbers, we had 1 from Lee, 1 from Woods, 1 from Jones. But let's go ahead and get past these stats. Let's go look at our top 3 plays of this last week. Okay, so we're going to break down the top 3 plays, all of which are coming from that Super Bowl game. At number 3, we have the big play from Ezekiel Elliott in the 4th quarter, which really just the icing on top of this game as he gets that stretch call. He spins past 2 and dives with a leaping jump into the end zone there, give the touchdown to the Cowboys. Now we're looking at number 2 after that huge play from Zeke. We're going to go look at one from his backup, Tavon Austin, on the toss right here as he gets great blocking on the end, able to juke past 1 and get almost all the way out of another broken tackle to the 1-inch yard line. A great play there, worthy of number 2 spot in this week's top 3 plays. Now we look at number 1 play, this one coming as well from the Super Bowl with the 16-7 Cowboy lead. 2nd and 10, Dak Prescott rolling out left in the pocket, looking for his target, Swain, in the end zone, and he hits his target for a huge 40-some-odd yard touchdown, and that would be it for our top plays. But again, I hope you all have a great weekend, and I hope you all enjoyed the podcast, y'all. I hope you enjoyed this recap, but make sure you comment down below. Make sure you hit that sub button. Feel free to join GoBotchMania as we reach our new goal, 1,000 subscribers here on the channel. But y'all have a great weekend, and I'll see you all in the off-season video for the Cowboys as we look forward to our draft. Since we don't have any money in free agency, we'll look forward to the draft and get ready and primed up through preseason and into our next regular season, year 3 for the Dallas Cowboys franchise. Thank you all so much, and y'all take it easy.